Guys.
Welcome to In the Mix. I am Rob Wilkins. He is Throwback, and he's doing some kind of dance and a salute now. It has been about, 2 weeks since we last did our show?
I've lost count. Everything and every day is melding into each other.
Yeah. It's been interesting. Last week was busy because I forgot what I was doing last week. Something came up, but here we are.
Family or something like that.
I am house sitting for my brother who went down to Alabama to see my niece graduate from the University of Auburn. And now you're probably asking, why do you not go? Well, I would love to, but it was the flight would have been quite a bit, and the trip would have been really quick, and I don't think I would see her that much. So she gets it. I get it. So I'll wait and go see her some other time. But she's cool. She's cool with it. And that's all that matters. So I am here house sitting. So if you see 2 dogs and 2 cats going nuts, that's why.
Well, the other thing also is we have an announcement afterwards about especially with this channel, about a future show, which is in production right now very soon. So if you're okay with that, we'll announce that later on, but we'll talk about the parameters down the line. Other than that, dude, I've already explained everything I put on Twitter yesterday, and I'm just going to leave that at that much. So if you have anybody is questioning of what's going on with that, go look at the watch along draft we did on the Wicked Crazy Pinfall thing. The first few minutes I explained what's going on and how today I'm a little bit better.
Good. I like hearing that.
I got one of my good friends right here who's been by my side for a lot of it. So, I mean, let's keep doing what we're doing, keep trucking. And like you and me always say, let's keep killing it.
All right. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and start the show with a bang. So last night was the NFL draft, 2021 NFL draft. So our teams have officially started getting better, or at least they hope they started getting better. So last night was the first round. Tonight on ESPN, ABC, I believe ABC and NFL Network, along with online, you can watch rounds 2 and 3, and then tomorrow it'll be rounds 4 through 7. But I'm going to go through really quick and give my grades for the draft, and then I'll let Throwback after I finish. I will let you talk about your Patriots draft, what you think, what you've learned since last night. So I'm just going to run through these real quick. Does that sound cool to you?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it.
All right. Trevor Lawrence went first to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence being on your football team, being a franchise quarterback, that is nothing but an A+, my friend. Good job for Jacksonville. Going number 2 overall, Zach Wilson from BYU went to the New York Jets. I give the Jets a A-. I think Zach Wilson has the ability to be a great quarterback. I think there was one quarterback better, but we will see. I hope I'm proven wrong for the Jets' sake. I give the Jets an A-. Going at number 3, San Francisco 49ers drafted Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State. This is an A. I think the Jets should have went with Trey Lance. I think he's going to be a star. Now, I think one of the things that hurt him for this is I think people look at Carson Wentz, who's a North Dakota guy. Now, I will be the first one to say that I do like this guy, and maybe it's because he is a Minnesotan. He's from about 2 hours, probably an hour and a half west of where I live. I've heard about him since he was in high school. He's a stud. I give them an A for that. I think that might be because I know him a little bit. Like, I don't know him, but I've known the name for a while. So I give him an A. I think he's going to be a stud. Kyle Pitts, tight end for the Atlanta Falcons, drafted by the Atlanta Falcons, coming from the University of Florida. I give them an A. Kyle Pitts is like getting a wide receiver. He's Jimmy Graham, but better, in my opinion. You'll see
Now,
nothing
do
but
you consider him like Gronk coming out of college? Or I know I'm going to say this
yeah.
as a Patriots fan, but I really don't care. Aaron Hernandez, like style when they first started their rookie years. Do you see that kind of a performance? Both too high end.
No, I see this guy being more like a Calvin Johnson for tight ends.
Damn.
He's going to be good. I know this is kind of easy to say, but I think if the quarterbacks were not as valuable this year, it wouldn't have surprised me. I'll say this. If the Jets, let's say Sam Darnold was a decent quarterback, the Jets would have taken him. They would have taken Kyle Pitts if they had a decent quarterback. So that's how good he is. Going number 5. This is a C. Cincinnati Bengals went with Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU. Now, this is not Jamar Chase, the problem with Jamar Chase. This is a problem with Cincinnati. You need to protect your quarterback, Joe Burrows. Your wide receiver, you can get a wide receiver in the second round that's going to be a decent player, or you could have trade up. I think that there were some good offensive linemen that they could have gone after. Joe Burrows, it sounded like from media reports, wanted them to go after Jamar Chase. He is a college teammate of his from LSU. I give it a C, but I honestly think I don't ever see this being an A. I hope I'm wrong. Jamar Chase is a badass, but I'm going with a C right now. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to change that to a B. I'm going to go with a B. Jalen Waddle, Miami Dolphins drafted wide receiver from the University of Alabama.
Burma.
This is where I thought Jamar Chase was going to go. That said, he's still good. He runs a great, he's a great route runner. I'm going to give the Dolphins a B. I think they should have thought about going offensive lineman too. But
Ron Patel's probably ready. You giving his Dolphins a B, literally gonna get pick forts and stuff.
My older brother, who lives in Sacramento or outside of Sacramento, for whatever reason, is a huge Miami Dolphins fan, and he absolutely loves that pick. So whatever. The Detroit Lions selected I could get this name wrong, and I apologize. Penny, I don't know so well. Offensive tackle from the University of Oregon. This guy I thought was going to go 4th overall. Or if he didn't go 4th, I thought he was going to go. Excuse me. I already know who was going to go 4th. This is who I thought Cincinnati should have went after. But it is what it is. Detroit gets an A. They're going to protect Jared Goff. That's good. And the guy's a stud. Carolina Panthers. This was questionable. I thought that they would have wanted to maybe go offensive line or at least maybe look at a quarterback. But they didn't. They went with J.C. Horn, cornerback. I give them a B. He's a great player. Patrick Surtain went to Denver from Alabama. I give him an A. I think he's a stud. He's a great player. I'm going to go through these real quick. Devonta Smith. Dallas traded from where they were at to the Eagles. It is very rare for a team to trade within their division, but they did it. I hope this does not come back and bite my Cowboys in the butt, but it probably will. Devonta Smith from Alabama, wide receiver, that's an A+. That's a good move for Philadelphia, as much as I hate to say that. The Chicago Bears, A. They drafted Justin Fields, Ohio State. This is a guy that I thought could have gone to Carolina. Granted, yeah, I know Carolina just traded for Sam Darnold, but we don't know if Sam Darnold is going to be the future. I don't think he will be. But they get an A. Dallas Cowboys went with Micah Parsons, linebacker, Penn State. A-. He is a stud. Dallas really wanted a defensive back. They wanted the first one of those two tight cornerbacks. They did not get it. But according to everything I've read and everybody talking, they do really like this guy. The Cowboys said this was the guy they wanted in the first place. I don't know if I believe that, but it is what it is. Rashawn Slater went to the LA Chargers. I give that an A. You got to protect Justin. Got to protect their quarterback, Justin Herbert, whatever it is. New York Jets traded with the Minnesota Vikings, and they went with Elijah. I think it's Elijah. I'm sorry. I think it's Elijah. Vera Tucker, offensive guard from Southern California. This was the guy I kind of wanted my Vikings to go after, but they decided not to, so that's okay. Your New England Patriots went with the guy who I told you I thought they were going to go with, Mac Jones, quarterback, Alabama. I love this. I think you will love it in the long run. I give this an A plus. I think he could actually be. I think he could be this draft's Josh Allen. I really do. I think that there's a lot of possibility. Las Vegas Raiders, Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle. This is a D. They could have got this guy. They could have traded back and got this guy. This guy had a late first round, early second round pick. So good for him. And but Alabama, I think, Las Vegas Raiders, I think, went too early for him. I think they could have traded. Miami Dolphins, Jalen Phillips, defensive end. So they got their wide receiver, and then they went with the defensive end. I give them a B. They should have still went with the offensive tackle. They didn't. Washington football team, Jamin Davis, inside linebacker, Kentucky. A plus. Reason why I give it an A plus is you got a offensive. You have the Washington football team's defense is just getting better and better, and you have a guy like Ron Rivera coaching it. They're building their defense. They're going to be a top defense in the league. They are. 20 New York Giants selected Kadarius Toney, wide receiver, Florida. I give that a C. I don't really like his route running, and he's dropped the ball quite a bit. So I give that one a C. Indianapolis Colts. If I get this name wrong, I'm sorry. Kwity Paye, defensive end, 6'3", from Michigan. A. They needed a defense. They need to build their defense. That's a good pick. Tennessee Titans, Caleb Farley. They needed some defensive back help. They got it. He's a good player. A- for them. Minnesota Vikings, they got their offensive lineman that they wanted. Christian Darrisaw. I give this a B. I think they could have. I think they should have maybe considered trading up, but with what they got an extra third round pick for just moving back a little bit. Plus, they got the guy they really like. So I guess I would say it's a B plus. I'm just a little bit of I'm harder on my teams than others, I guess. Pittsburgh Steelers went with the first running back, Najee Harris. This is a good move. This is an A plus. They need a stud running back in Pittsburgh. They got him. The next running back was taken was Clemson's Travis Etienne. I should know these names before I say them, but it is what it is. B, good player, but I give them a B for that. They had some other needs. I thought offensive line would have been one of them. Cleveland Browns, Greg Newsome, cornerback from Northwestern. I give that a B. He's a little bit. It's easy for me to say somebody's slow, but he has a little bit of a slow start. But you put him on a team with like Clowney and Myles Garrett, I think he's gonna be really good. Rashad Bateman, wide receiver, University of Minnesota. Baltimore will love him. Lamar Jackson will love him. I actually thought he would be a second round pick. I'm going to give them a B plus because they did need a wide receiver. 28, New Orleans Saints, Peyton Turner, defensive end. This surprised me. With them losing Drew Brees, I thought maybe they would consider trying to go trading either down or trading back to try to get some offensive help, like with offensive line. They did not do that. Eric Stokes, cornerback, Georgia. I'm going to give it a C. Granted, Aaron Rodgers, the news came out yesterday about Aaron Rodgers that he wants out. Well, their general manager says that's not going to happen. Now, my thing is if you're going to protect Aaron Rodgers, you should try to do that with some offensive line help. The Green Bay Packers did not do that. They went with a cornerback, Eric Stokes. Decent player, but this was not a big need for Green Bay, I don't think. So we'll go with what it is. Gregory Rousseau from defensive end, Miami, Florida. Give us a B. Buffalo, they needed defensive help. And he's a good player. So with Sean McDermott running that team, I think that might be a good call for them. Baltimore Ravens, they picked up defensive end Penn State's Jason Owa. So that's a B. He's a defensive end, but he's in fantastic shape. 6'5". He's lightning speed, 4.37 with this 40-yard dash. Just he's good. And then rounding out the first round was Joe Tyron, defensive end, Washington, University of Washington. Tampa has a good defense, but they needed a little bit more help, and they got it. So that was the first round. I know I went through that really quick, but there's a lot to go through this show. But so basically what I wanted to know, what do you think of your Patriots getting Mac Jones a day later?
The funny part is that you contribute to him, Josh Allen. A lot of people up here are calling him the second coming of Tom Brady, man, because of how quick he throws that ball, his decision making, and everything. And also, they're wondering how he's going to fare in Josh McDaniels. But Bill Belichick's already stated that right out first, Cam Newton is their quarterback, which I really don't see that happening halfway. If they have a losing season or a subpar season like they did last year, and they don't make it through into the playoffs, even if they get to the first round, you're going to see that rookie come right in, and you never know. It might be a Bledsoe Brady kind of repeating history. I mean, what's that saying? People who are repeat history are doomed to repeat it or something like that. That could happen.
I don't know. I don't know, but I like the pick. I do see that Ron and Aaron are in the chat, so I just want to say hi to those guys. So yeah, Surtain's going to be good. Yeah, Aaron, I know a lot of people say you can't have multiple teams. I don't agree with that. I have two teams. The Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings are my two teams. It is what it is. It's just the way it rolls. The other news yesterday coming out of the NFL was the Aaron Rodgers thing. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't see Aaron Rodgers retiring. That was the talk today. Somebody reported that. If that's the case, Green Bay better trade him. You need to get something for him. That's really all I can say about that. What do you think of that?
Well, in being selfish, as New England player fans can be, if they didn't take the pick they did last night, I wouldn't have been shocked if Belichick went looking for a quarterback and it via trade. Right now, that's not the case. So I wouldn't be surprised he ends up in some place like, New Orleans or someplace in the AFC, kind of like what, they did with Farr. They put him in the AFC for a while until he went back to the NFC. I could see something in that scenario. Now, the question is, what team would pick him up? I mean, a lot of great teams are out there, but who is desperately in need of a quarterback right now? Like, if you look at some of the parts around there, I mean, the only team that I could think of that, and this, I could be wrong, obviously, I am always wrong, is maybe the Bears. I don't think they're really stable in that spot, but I think there's other teams too.
They drafted Fields, and I know Chicago's really loving that, but Green Bay would never trade him to Chicago. So
no, I know, but I'm just saying, like, if you had to figure something out,
I could see the. I know the Las Vegas Raiders have Derek Carr. Sorry, I could see them trading for him. I could see. There was talk yesterday, and it wasn't going to happen, but there was some theories about, Russell Wilson's not happy. What about one for one. Russell Wilson played at University of Wisconsin for a while. Maybe he would be up for it. But I don't think that'll happen. Moving on. This is just going to be really short. Something that came out today. Major League Baseball put Roberto Alomar on the ineligible list, meaning that he is no longer eligible to work in Major League Baseball based off some a independent investigation from a law firm alleging sexual misconduct. It is what it is. It's one of those things where I guess it's rather safe. It's rather better to be safe than sorry. If it comes out differently with whatever happens, they might reverse it. But if what happened, that's fine with me. I don't have any use for somebody that does something like that. So Aaron Entertainment is not happy and demands trade. Well, Aaron, we're gonna trade you for
Anakin.
That's not a fair trade for us.
You could always
we're gonna just re-sign you. So that's baseball. Nothing big there. Basketball, LeBron James is coming back from a minor injury. I don't even remember what it was, but he's coming back tonight. NHL, real quick. Seattle Kraken. Kraken? What is it? The Kraken. They are good to go. They made their final payment to the NHL, so they are officially the 32nd team to join the league. That's sports for tonight. Big SmackDown tonight. Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan set for the Universal title match. This is a high stakes match. You got Daniel Bryan. If he loses, he has to leave SmackDown. He is, however, eligible. He doesn't have to leave WWE. He is eligible to go to Raw or NXT. For everything holy, I say put him on both shows if he wants to. The biggest thing out of this is Daniel Bryan's contract is up supposedly in September. WWE needs to do whatever it can to re-sign him, in my opinion. I don't think they want to see him on AEW. Wrestling Kenny Omega and stuff like that. I think if anything, you make an exception to the rule and you let him wrestle outside the company at times. Like maybe set something up with New Japan. You can do it. They can do it. It just comes down to ego for Vince McMahon. That's the only person it comes down to. In the long run, everything comes down to Vince. We know that, and you should know
that. I have a literally insane thing. And now that it opens up and you want him on both shows, freaking Gargano versus Bryan, Cross versus Bryan for the NXT title, Balor versus I know we've seen it, Bryan, but not this version of Balor. The combinations of matches are insane. The rematch between Cole and him in NXT, that would be insane.
I'd love it. I would. And that might make him happy too, he's getting to wrestle. There's a ton of people he could wrestle there. There's a ton of people he could wrestle on Raw. And by all means, if you want to set something up down the road, you can always move so-and-so over. I don't see Roman Reigns ever leaving SmackDown, but there might be a time where you actually see guys interchanging a lot more. I think that's always possible. The other match tonight is Apollo Crews versus Big E for the Intercontinental title. I don't see the title changing hands, but I'm anxious for that match. I like Big E, and I think Apollo Crews has done wonders since he started feuding with Big E. As far as the shows this week, Raw was boring. What else is new? NXT, to me, was really dull, except for the 6-man tag match. Kushida and MSK versus Legado del Fantasma. Good match. Actually, fantastic match. That's what I think made the show worth watching. Even if you just watch that match, you'll be fine. There is talk, I believe it was Dave Meltzer, said that there's talk about a potential working agreement between MLW and the WWE. When it comes to working agreements with any company, I'll believe it when I see it. That's the easiest way to say it with WWE. Sean Ross Sapp interviewed Sammy Guevara today ahead of his blood and guts match on AEW this coming week. It's a pretty good short little interview. I definitely recommend checking that out. The other news for today was there's SCScoops.com, which they don't break much news, but sometimes they do. They're reporting that Tessa Blanchard and her husband, I think it's Daga, are in talks with AEW, and that they're pretty much, the deal is done. They just haven't signed. I have one AEW source, just one. I don't break news. I don't do that. I reached out to the person I know, and they just sent me an LOL. So that person would know. And that person, I think, I don't know. It's one of those things where I just don't know. It would make, in my opinion, I don't know if I would. I think it makes Tony Khan look like I just don't think they should do it right now.
Didn't Tony Khan say they wouldn't do it originally, and now they're doing it?
That, but he also said that Hulk Hogan was forever banned from AEW. And granted, I know what Hulk Hogan said, and I don't have any use for Hulk Hogan. I don't even want him around WWE TV. But it is what it is, I guess, for WWE's sake. And I just think, in my opinion, it would be somewhat hypocritical for Tony Khan to bring her in. That's just my opinion. We'll see, though. Entertainment news. I don't know if you watch this, but this show is something I love that Showtime had, and they are bringing it back for at least 1 year, I guess, maybe 2, who knows. They're bringing back Dexter, and the trailer released for season 9 of the serial killer show. It's a good show. I'm anxious for it, so that makes me happy. Did you ever watch Dexter?
No, I wasn't really keen on it.
It's a solid show. It kind of starts slow, but over time it builds. It does do really well. The other news today, coming out of the Marvel universe, is they're saying that Killian Scott is negotiating to be added to the cast with Samuel L. Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn for Marvel Secret Invasion, an upcoming Disney TV series. Killian Scott is an actor from the motherland, Ireland. He is known for his work in some really good shows. Love Hate, Jack Trailer, Ripper Street, Double and Murderous. He's just been in a ton of series that are really good. So I really hope this happens. Or I hope he does. He's a good actor. He's one of those guys that if you don't watch a lot of international TV, you might not recognize him, but he's a good actor.
The other thing you didn't put on your notes and stuff, and I'll report it, is, and I'll say this, that some outlets that are close to, like some YouTube shows, content creators and stuff like that have sources that are close to the Spider-Man Sony kind of thing, is stated that I believe what I was watching or reading is that Disney has come to grips on a new contract for Sony for having the Spider-Verse, more movies for the Spider-Verse, and also having a Spider-Man Disney Plus series. And then on top of that, they're also going to allow them to use their library on Disney Plus to stream.
I've heard that. I've heard the library thing. I didn't know about the other stuff. So if that happens, that's awesome. Let's see, what else? Entertainment wise, I just lost my page. Hold on one second. Sorry for that. Real
Fast 9.
Real good. Yep, Fast 9. Vin Diesel teased that Michael Caine is joining the franchise. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Vin Diesel discussed the origins of the Fast and Furious franchise. He did drop a potentially major reveal about the next big actor to join the series. Diesel would asked if he could go back in time and add someone. Now, basically the way he hinted it, it made it sound like he made it sound like it already happened. By no means has it, but I like you could add Michael Caine to anything and I'd be cool with it. He's such a good actor.
Him as Alfred and in the Batman series was so
that
good.
and just I mean you add him in like Inception, you add him like in some of the comedies he's done, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, and he's a fantastic actor. I love him. So yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be cool with that. Some news, like other news. Young Rock was renewed for another season today, along with Keenan on NBC. So that's cool that the show got picked up for another season. It's been very popular, so that's really cool. I like. Have you had the chance to watch any of the Young Rock show yet?
Not yet. It's on the list though. When I'm not dealing with everything, that's definitely on the list.
Nice. Yeah, I like it. I haven't. I like with TV shows like sitcoms. I usually watch like 2 and then give it a couple of weeks and then watch 3. I like doing the kind of like the mini binge with sitcoms. It just kind of keeps the stories better. And I mean, if you watch a sitcom like normally, like back in the day before like DVR and stuff, it seemed like it went like that. So with sitcoms, I just kind of like watch 1 or 2 and then take a break for a while and then come back and watch some that were recorded. Next story. Finn Wittrock has landed the role of Guy Gardner in the new HBO Max upcoming series Green Lantern. I love Green Lantern. He's one of my favorite like DC characters after Batman. He's joining the show. I can't wait to see what they do with the show. He's a great actor. If you've watched like some of the recent American Horror Story, he's been in that. He was in Angelina Jolie's movie Unbroken. He was in The Big Short. He's a good actor. He's a fantastic actor. I really can't wait to see what he does. And Guy Gardner is a character that he's one of the very few Green Lantern characters that I did not really care for. But that being said, Finn Wittrock, I have a hard time saying his name for whatever stupid reason. He is a good actor, so I'm anxious to see what he can do here. Man, I went through that in the NFL draft list way faster than I thought I would.
It's okay because we do have that announcement in the end, anyways.
Yeah. So like one of my other favorite segments is what I'm watching. Tonight after SmackDown, and I will be watching the new Without Remorse movie that hit Amazon Prime today. It stars Michael B. Jordan. He plays a character in the character he plays is a character based off the Jack Ryan Tom Clancy series. I am so excited for this movie. I love Tom Clancy stuff. I read the books. I watch the TV shows. I love the movies back in the day. I'm one of the very few people that actually liked the Ben Affleck Jack Ryan movie. I'm just a big fan of those films. And this is one of those very few movies I did not watch trailers for. I haven't watched one trailer because I knew I wanted to see it. So I'm just going into it blind. And I'm really anxious for that. Are you gonna do you like the Jack Ryan stuff?
I've seen the Ben Affleck movies and stuff. I'm gonna check this out when I get a chance. For me, more so, it's like, obviously everything's been going on with the last week and everything that I've said and stuff. Yeah. But I've got a list of stuff I need to watch, and it's just ridiculous how big the list is.
Sure. No, I get that. So what I'm rewatching, another show I started rewatching, is Punisher on Netflix. I just kind of one day I was kind of bored, so I decided to start watching that again.
Such a good movie.
Well, yeah, the show is awesome. That's what I'm watching. But John, I just learned a fun fact about John Bernthal, who plays Frank Castle, aka the Punisher. He is the nephew-in-law of Kurt Angle. I did not know that. I just learned it. John Bernthal, he married Erin Angle, Kurt's niece, who's a nurse out of Pittsburgh. So that's pretty cool. I only saw that because I looked at his see what he was doing, like upcoming movies, because he's a great actor. He was in Walking Dead. You've seen him in a ton of things. Like he was a Faster with The Rock. He's just a good actor, and I actually had the chance to meet him at a Comic-Con in Chicago, and he was a good dude too. So I'm a big fan of his, and he's doing a ton of things. He's going to be in the new Sopranos prequel that's coming out. So he's going to be in that. He has like some other shows in the works, so he's just staying busy. So and that Punisher show is awesome, and the good thing is he's still up for doing Punisher. Like if he knows that you won't probably see it on Disney Plus by any means, but there's always the potential that Hulu could pick it up. He made it sound like that the Netflix thing is done, but there's always a possibility with Hulu or somebody else doing it. And I hope it happens because I love the Punisher Netflix series. I really do, and I love the movies too. So there's that. Things I will eventually watch. This movie's actually called Things Heard and Seen. It's on Netflix. It's a ghost story and romance that go together. It stars Amanda Seyfried and James Thornton. Seyfried, thank you. Man, I really suck at remembering names. So supposedly it's going to be a good ghost story. So I will watch that. Another one, and I actually don't know if this is a TV show or if it's a movie, but it's the Mosquito Coast on Apple TV. It's based off the 1980 film with Harrison Ford. I don't know if they're doing this as a TV show or if it's a movie, but Justin Theroux is in it, and he's a good actor. So they're saying this is one of his best performances. So I will watch that. And then to finish out the show, what else I'm doing this weekend is, since I'm house sitting, my brother has an Xbox Series X, so I will be playing MLB The Show most of the weekend when I'm not watching a movie, doing anything. So I'm anxious to play the Xbox to try it out. I haven't messed with one at all. Like, I have an Xbox One, but I haven't played the new system at all. So I'm anxious to do that.
You're in for a treat.
Yeah, so I am, like, I knew we had that announcement, so I tried to make the show. I thought I'd have the show end around 6:50, and then you have your announcement, but we're a little bit early, and so I'll let you go ahead and talk what you needed to talk about. And other than that,
we might be ending earlier than we usually do.
Yeah, because I knew you needed some time, and so I'll let you go ahead and see what you got to say.
As of proud to announce, and this is great, Wicked Crazy Crew TV has picked up a new show, and it's in pre-production right now. The show is going to be about relationships. It's going to be about the dating scene during COVID, how people in their lives are adjusting to dating in this era. It's going to be head by a fabulous host. You will meet her eventually. It's just started in pre-production, and we're excited for the opportunity. Hopefully this person who's creating the show on our channel is going to stay on and give you guys an insight on a woman's ideal for guys about dating and how dating is in COVID and everything, and different advice on that. It's going to be something like hopefully, if the production goes well, The View kind of outlook, where you have her and a bunch of her friends not running around, but being around and talking about their experiences and stuff. I have put myself in the hot seat, so I will be on the show one time and stuff. So that is the announcement, that we have a show in pre-production right now. and that's huge because we have another one in pre-production, and that's a long-term show that's going to be in the far future. But this one could be possibly maybe June or July. The one we're announcing tonight. That's the huge announcement that we're excited that this is an opportunity for this person. They live in the local area where I'm from, and I'm excited for this person. And talking to them, they're excited. So this is a huge deal, right, Rob? Like, we're literally getting another show off the ground. We have Tad's prediction show coming up soon.
Yeah.
It's just one thing after the other. Like, that's why we tell you, comment and subscribe. This channel is not to make any cash or anything like that. That's straight out. It's to give other people opportunities. That host is actually shadowing us right now to get an idea how everything works. I'm going to train this person a little bit longer and give them the tools to succeed in this. And eventually, when they want to get off of our channel and create their own stuff on their own, eventually you guys could follow them. This person's very articulate, very smart. She is a former radio host on her own right. She did have a local radio show, kind of like not major radio, but just like local radio and stuff like that. And I have full 100% faith in that she will bring you guys in, and you guys will love the host, and you'll love her crew, and you'll love everything they do. Me and Rob will be in the background producing it. So all we're just asking you to do is, like everything else, show you're loving it. We'll be the first show hopefully will be coming in the next couple of months, and it's a big deal. I mean, Rob's going to talk to her a little bit after the show, and we'll go from there. But I'm very excited for this. This is something a little different. It's not your average wrestling thing you see like on my show on the Wicked Crazy Pinfalls. It's not shooting stuff Rob does on Shooting the Sportage. It's completely something different. And that way you don't see Tad doing a prediction show, and then the next thing you know, you get advice from men, and women can get advice from women that are dating during this whole pandemic freaking BS kind of thing. So that's the announcement, that we're starting pre-production on a new show.
Awesome. I am excited. So other than that, man, I'm good. We ended up about 10 minutes early, so
yeah, I mean, that's
tonight, I appreciate
rare.
it. Yeah, well, like I said, I knew you had some stuff you needed to say, and I wanted to make sure we had enough time.
With everything that happened this week and that tweet and stuff like that, I've already said my piece last night on the watch along for the draft. I will reiterate a little more on Tuesday. I'm doing a little better today than I have the last few days, but like everybody says, it is a process. So also, I have care packages I need to send out. So if anybody has suggestions, like I tweeted about, please hit that tweet up or DM me, because I have no clue what to send these 3, and I literally have to. And I'm starting to work on another one after the words, so very slowly. So, but why don't we cut this short, my friend, and that way we can talk to that new host of that new show for a little bit, so you can get to know them.
Sounds good, man.
So I'll say my stuff. Check out Wicked Crazy Pinfalls every Tuesday. I want to say thank you, Rob, for having me on your watch along for a little bit on Shooting the Sportage. It was awesome. Just do a good deed, pay it forward like Rob does. Go watch everything out tonight. Watch a good match tonight. All right, guys. So I'll see you guys later.